Welcome back to another Clarence Ruby Inspire. This is number 16. Alright then, let's get to it. 6 months! 6 whole months! Hunk screamed and flung himself out of bed as he was frightened awake. Ah! He groaned, now scrambling across the floor, entangled in his blanket. Oh, come on. Wake up, buddy, Lance shouted, leaping into Hunk's room as the door opened. Key's been pregnant for a whole month. 6 months now. Yeah! Lance screamed, running back out into the hall and resuming screaming at the top of his lungs and running. Woohoo! Hunk waved his hand and let the fall of his blanket on the floor, away from untangling himself. Lance clung to Keith all day, despite Keith being extra moody. Lance did anything Keith asked him to do, and did it happily. Closer to every evening, Lance sat beside Keith, arm around his shoulder, with his hand on Keith's swollen belly. Keith relaxed against Lance, resting his head on Lance's shoulder, both of his hands resting over his abdomen. The others relaxed across the sofa, worn out from rigorous training. This is nice, Lance hummed, placing his chin on top of Keith's head. Keith hummed in agreement, as everyone else waved a hand or groaned. Keith cursed his belly with a soft sigh. Lance, I'm worried. The taller Paladin hummed and shifted, taking one of Keith's hands. About what? What's wrong? I haven't felt the baby kick or anything. He tucked his face into the crook of Lance's neck. What if something's wrong? Lance pressed a gentle kiss on Keith's head. It's okay, Keith. Every baby's different. Maybe ours is just lazy. Speaking of babies, Pidge lunched herself up, clinging to grab onto Hunk before she fell off the couch. She scrambled to her feet, then pronounced a path out her chest. We've almost done with the thing we've created for you two. The blue Paladin looked up at Pidge and raised a brow. Keith shot a wave, an arm. Pidge! Pidge! He shouted, realization coming over to her features. Oh, right, bye! She pleaded and scrappled and ran out of the lounge. Lance blinked, then looked down at Keith. What was that? What thing for us? Keith shook his head. Nothing. It's nothing. Let's go, I'm starving. Relaxed on their bed, Keith reading from an Altean tablet. Pidge has translated to English. Lance scrambled out beside Keith. Boredom. Sighing, Lance shifted and sat up. All right. Keith raised a brow, peering up at Lance. Lance placed both hands on Keith's warm belly. You're technically 6 months old now, little buddy. You're getting bigger and bigger every day. The thing is, little buddy, you're worrying your mummy. Want to give Daddy a little kick? Keith watched and in amusement as Lance kept focusing on baby bump. He placed his hands over Lance's after sitting the tablet on the side. Lance shifted and lay down, propping his elbows, while keeping his hands on Keith. Come on, baby, just for me. He leaned forward and pressed a kiss on Keith's swollen belly. Please, come on, sweetie. Come on, sweetheart. Salo o palete. They don't understand English. What makes you think they're going to know Spanish? Keith huffed, curling his fingers around Lance's hands. Lance pouted, rubbing Keith's belly. I'm the daddy. He kissed again. Please, come on, sweetie. One tiny little kick. The red pouted and shook his head with a smile. You talk. I know. Lance wiggled closer. I'm going to sing. Want me to sing? You can't respond, so I'm going to anyway. Keith laughed, dropping his head back on the headboard. At first, Lance hummed. Keith crossed his eyes as Lance began to sing softly, resting his forehead on Keith's baby bump. Keith hummed along to the tune, rising one hand to card through Lance's hair. Ow! Keith grumbled and jerked as Lance jolted back in surprise. They both blinked unabashedly, excitedly and shocked with the stare. They kicked, Lance muttered, then broke out into a grin. They kicked. The baby kicked. Do it again, Lance shouted, pressing his side of his face and both of his hands on Keith's belly. He giggled and curled his fingers into the loose shirt Keith wore, and the baby kicked again. Keith smiled brightly, hand over his side of his belly. Lance hadn't taken over. I can feel them. Lance, kinda hurts. Lance pushed himself up, nuzzling Keith's cheek. He wrapped an arm around him. That's our baby. Kicking, Keith, that's our baby. Lance couldn't wrap his grin on his face. Keith leaned him through the halls. So, where exactly are you taking me? He asked, waiting to take off the blindfold. Does it have to be a surprise? I don't think it's my birthday. Keith chuckled softly, squeezing Lance's hand. Yes, it has to be a surprise. And no, it's not your birthday. Ah, here we are. The Red Paladin leaded Lance through the open doors. Really? Hey, Pidge. Is Pidge my surprise? Yeah, we're ready. So Pidge isn't my surprise. Then what is it? Can I take off the blindfold now? Shut up, Lance. The Green Paladin huffed. Here, Keith. Put some blankets and pillows here, so it makes it slightly more comfortable. Put Lance here. Keith pushed Lance, then forced him down into a chair. Don't worry about me. I'm only slightly confused, Lance muttered as he listened to the others two shifting around. Shut it. Now shut up. Why shut up? Keith, why is your shirt up? And why can't I see? I'm the only one before who's allowed to see. Why can't I see now? Lance, calm down. You'll see in a minute, Keith mumbled, patting Lance's hair, then taking his hand. Lance pouted but squeezed Keith's hand and felt around for Keith's shoulder. Once he found that, he lowered to the rest, his forehead to him. Why are you lying down now? Keith huffed in amusement. Be quiet. Just a moment, will you? The blue paladin whined, scrambling his nose, but didn't say another word. After a few more ticks, Pidge, Lance scrambled and flipped some switches, typing on something. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, and a slow, steady beeping, keeping a sound of the voices. Lance blinked, raising his head. What is that? Keith gripped Lance's hand tighter. Oh my god. Here's your surprise, Lance, Pidge muttered and turned Lance's head before untying the blindfold. Lance's eyes widened, jerking back as his shoulders slumped forward. That's our baby, Keith finished for him, tears in both of their eyes. That's our baby, Lance. Pidge skirted around them, looking closer at the screen without getting in their way. Look there. She pointed at the baby, moved. You're having a... Alright, that's the end of that one. Sorry it took a while. Hope you guys are alright. So yeah. Remember to stay safe.